Thanks to digital technology, George Lucas has been able to restore and enhance his classic trilogy, the Star Wars Trilogy Special Edition.
When is a movie considered to be finished? Well, if you're the creator of Star Wars, then that's an open question. George Lucas felt that the original 3 Star Wars films, as they appeared in theaters, were essentially unfinished.
The director is usually left frustrated and not feeling that he's been able to complete his vision.
And so, 20 years later, in 1997, he spent $5 million to fix them. This meant adding a slew of visual effects tweaks and even wholly new scenes. The result was films that were, according to George, much more representative of his original vision. These are the versions of the films that I and many other Star Wars fans grew up with, alongside the films he made immediately after, the Star Wars prequels.
Hello there.
Now that I think about it, it's been about 20 years since those films, and based on the first time around, George is probably finally ready to complete his vision and release the Prequels Special Edition. That is, unless someone is keeping him from fixing them. Ah yes, the Disney Corporation, who famously bought Star Wars and proceeded to throw out any plans George had for the future. Well, we here at Corridor have not forgotten about billionaire filmmaker George Lucas. And our crack team of filmmakers and visual effects artists are going to do what Disney won't. We're gonna fix the Star Wars prequels. Now, have we talked to George and tried to figure out exactly what changes he'd make? No. But I think if we take a deep dive into the 97 Special Edition, we'll all learn enough to be able to absolutely 100% represent George's vision.
Oh! You fixed the biggest problem in the movie.
I want to kind of get your guys' thoughts on these special edition changes. So this is the original cut of Star Wars A New Hope. And again, this is what you would have seen on screen in 1977.
It feels pretty grounded and real, you know? 70s effects at work.
It's a bustling city.
A pretty short scene.
I'd like more.
Well, I'd like to give you more.
Lots of little rodents.
Ooh, little critters!
An entirely new location.
Big new establishing shot.
And then our entire view is obstructed.
Ooh, obstructed creature.
About 3 whole seconds.
On the broadest level, what did you guys notice was different?
Dynamic CG camera moves.
Yes, CG camera moves. Originally, they're shooting on big film cameras. It was a low-budget movie, but now he can move the camera wherever he wants.
Were robot bunks possible in the 70s? So far, George likes adding a bunch of critters. He likes adding a bunch of slapstick.
So guys, while we're in Mos Eisley, there's a completely new scene that was added. This was a deleted scene from the original film.
I thought the original was a guy.
The original was a guy in a fur coat.
Ah, my boy, there are times you disappoint me. Why haven't you paid me?
What?
But it adds completely new context to A New Hope because in the original cut of the film, Jabba doesn't appear until Return of the Jedi.
Look, Jabba.
This is the best part. Here he goes.
Crack them.
You can see him like jitter as he goes over too. Like they did not chalk him in.
It's like the motion blur's all wrong, so he's like go blurry. We're gonna now look at one of the most controversial changes. So the thing is, it didn't stop with special editions. There have been many changes made over the years to these films by George Lucas, but the scene he has returned to time and time again is one where Han and Greedo have a bit of a disagreement. In the original cut of Star Wars, Han kills Greedo in cold blood.
Yes, I bet you have.
That's disgusting.
What a scoundrel, right? What an awful person.
I can't support that guy.
So George thought, I'd like Han Solo to be more of a classical hero, right? He would only kill someone in self-defense.
Do they animate his head? Do they animate his head, Dean? Do they wiggle his head away?
Yes, I bet you have.
Oh, they animate
do! I mean, it's not extreme, but they're just...
That was the 97 version. Like I said, there have been further edits made to the films.
How many times?
It took God 7 days to make the Earth, you know? It could take Lucas 7 times to make Star Wars, right?
Here's the 2004 tweak.
Yes, I bet you have.
Here's 2011.
Yes, I bet you have.
Same time. Same exact
So
time.
he's just dialing it.
This is the Disney Plus version.
Oh no, they had the gall?
Yes, I bet you have.
Matlanki.
Did he shoot first?
You didn't notice that he said McClunky before he shot him?
McClunky.
What does McClunky mean?
What does that mean? Is that like an insult?
I don't know. The whole scene has subtitles except for McClunky. But Daniel, do you know this? Was McClunky made without George Lucas's input?
Holy shit.
What?
According to the Hollywood Reporter, a Disney rep maintains that Lucas made the change before the property was acquired.
I knew it! McClunky was, is, and always has been, Dean.
So, dude, he made the Blu-ray version of A New Hope and then released it, and he's like, shit.
Plus, he's like, yeah, okay, I added the big aliens, I added the slapstick. Oh, God. McClunky.
George might have forgotten, but we will not.
We have to add McClunky to the prequels.
We do.
We have to add McClunky to the
We have to
prequels.
make this make sense.
Dude, Greedo is in Phantom Menace. They got baby Greedo.
Oh, they do have Baby Greedo.
And what if he's there playing with a baby Han? They were childhood friends.
Yes! How tragic is that? It's like poetry. It rhymes.
It's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
We have looked at all the changes in the special edition, and I think we've opened a window into the psyche of George Lucas. So let's apply what we've learned to fixing the prequels for George. And I think it's about time because, you know, George isn't getting any younger. George is on borrowed time, guys. And would any of us be sitting here without George Lucas?
I would absolutely not be here without George Lucas. I mean, some of the first videos I made were lightsaber videos, of course.
Use proton torpedoes. They're our only hope against those things.
George, yeah, whatever he needs.
I think we are perfectly equipped to carry out George's vision.
Do not insert yourself into it. Do not pollute this vision.
So in about a week's time, we'll all return here with our scenes and we'll channel the spirit of George Lucas. I mean, he's still alive.
He's still alive.
For George.
For George.
For George.
For George.
McClunky.
Hi, George Lucas here. I'm here at ILM working on the computer effects for the new Star Wars Prequels Special Edition. When I'm traveling to a galaxy far, far from me, comfort is #1. That's why I love Bombas, and today's sponsor. Bombas will take you straight to Cloud City with their focus on comfort using premium materials like merino wool and extra long staple cotton. But Bombas isn't just about making your feet feel like they're cradled by a couple of Ewoks. Bombas gives back to those in need as well. Every time you buy a pair of socks, underwear, or a t-shirt, they donate one to someone in need. They call it one purchased equals one donated. And they've given away over 150 million clothing items to those in need. So just imagine how much giving you can do this holiday season. With Bombas' new holiday drops, you can give some cashmere merino blend vintage rib socks to a friend, or some cozy and plush slippers to your family, or even treat yourself to some much needed comfort, all while giving to people in need. So this holiday, give some of the most comfortable basics in the galaxy and bring balance to your wardrobe. New customers can get 20% off with code CORRIDORCREW. And now let's see what ILM has cooked up for the new special edition of the prequels.
That Jar Jar was big.
When I decided
But I
to
think he could be a
remaster the
little bit bigger.
prequels, I was saying the technology of these days.
Hey, all right, George. Hey, George.
Hey, hello, George.
Now, if everyone wants to take a seat here,
Oh, yeah.
we've come together as a kind of George hive mind. We're ushering in today the second edition of the special edition.
Love to see it.
We made a mistake by releasing the prequels and then selling the entire Star Wars franchise. So it's great that we can all get together to make the special editions we truly intended to make.
Art's never finished, it's only remastered.
A few of us have created some changes to the prequel trilogy, and you're going to need to win a majority in order to get those changes accepted. I want to point out we're joined by a bonus George here today.
Hi, I'm George.
Hi, George. George.
Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you guys. Oh, good to meet you.
So which of the Georges today want to kick it off?
I'll go first.
Oh.
Could we cue a wipe, please?
Get another wipe going. George loves adding a bunch of silly, goofy nonsense into the shots.
Yeah.
We love it. It's for the kids so they can stay actively paying attention. And looking back at the prequels, Anakin said a lot of weird stuff.
I killed them. The women and the children, too.
And Padme kind of just shrugs it all off. Using these two changes I mentioned, I think we can keep the kids' attention while giving Padme a good excuse.
The trouble is that people don't always agree.
Well, then they should be made to.
Sounds an awful lot like a dictatorship to me.
Well. I killed them all.
Anakin.
And not just the Michigan, but the women and the children, too. They're like animals. I hate them.
To be angry is to be human.
You're with him! You brought him here to kill me!
No!
I'm just imposter.
Excuse me? Anakin, all I want is your love.
And you've got it, babe. But why don't you get some rest? You've had a long and stressful day, and naps are always a good idea.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Round of applause for George. Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Padme didn't hear anything that would raise any flags, and she gets to be the righteous character that she was meant to be. How do we feel, Georges?
I say put it in.
Upload that to Disney Plus right now.
Majority?
Majority rules. Well, thank you, George.
We all know about Jar Jar. We all know about Jabba. Man, there's just one CG character that if I knew about it at the time of making the prequels, I would have put it in. But this character didn't come out on the big screen until 1 year later. So, without further ado, I'd like to present to you the new version of the CG character that everybody's going to talk about from Star Wars.
Wow. Wow, that's quite the promise.
Real hammerless.
Master gave Dobby a lightsaber. A really cool one. You guys have lightsabers too? Master did not tell me that. Never mind. I don't want to fight. Dobby does not want to fight. Leave me alone. No, I don't want to fight. I said I don't want to fight. Ah!
Dobby, you get back here at once.
Dobby is
It's like poetic because we got a little goblin guy in the original movies, and now we got a little goblin guy in the prequels.
That's what I'm saying. I'm always searching for the weird little skin dudes to put in these movies, and now I finally found the perfect one.
Plushies.
Plushies. Thank you, Georges. Thank you.
I'm gonna be authentic here in this moment. Jar Jar Binks, right? We all love him.
Yeah!
Exactly. We famously said Jar Jar is the key to this whole thing.
Jar Jar is the key to all this.
But we got bullied, and we had to yoink him from all future sequels. Flash forward to Attack of the Clones. Needs a little comedic relief, doesn't it?
And with 20 years of reflection, I feel like the world is finally ready for a little more Jar Jar.
So without further ado, I present to you my vision for the remastering of the Battle of Geonosis.
This is very, very bad.
Thank you. A lot of symmetry in Star Wars, right? How does Boba Fett, Jango's son, die?
He got poked.
A little whoopsie daisy, wasn't it? A little bit of a silly accident, wasn't it? So, what do we do to his father? We reduce his death to being a moment of slapstick.
This is genius if you really think about it.
George, I don't know about that last part.
You know, we like to play, don't we? We like to play on the edge. We can always remove that last part.
Regardless, there are so much Jar Jar in the frame. I think it really makes up for the horrific decapitation.
So we have your vote, George?
It's my vote. I got it. It's going in the movie.
Majority?
Majority.
So, as you know, we're a father.
We are a father.
We are.
When we released the second film, we added in a little anti-drug message, you know, show them that Jedis aren't cool with drugs. It was the 2000s, like drugs weren't as much of a problem, but now?
There's horse trank now.
And vapes.
And vapes.
Vapes are a problem.
I thought we'd revisit that scene and add a little bit more of an oomph.
Where are you going, Master? For a drink?
You wanna buy some death sticks?
Don't give in, Obi-Wan. Remember what happened the last time you tried death sticks?
Death sticks.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, cough.
That is good.
Hopefully that'll scare them straight, you know?
George, I think there's a problem here.
That language, George. That language.
Oh, the language.
That language.
Let's swap it out with a McClunky.
Yeah, McClunky off.
McClunky up!
I'm in favor.
Going straight in.
See, George. Obviously, we've all thought a lot about the Han and Greedo shootout.
We made the change to take Han from being a cold-blooded killer to someone worthy of redemption.
Redemption, yeah, that's what I said.
And who else in the Star Wars saga has a redemption arc?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, also known as Anakin Skywalker. How do we make Anakin worthy of redemption? Because according to George's own rules, Anakin cannot be redeemed in episode 6. So I thought there's one scene in particular that if we just make a tiny little tweak, one you won't even notice, we could take Anakin from being cold-blooded killer to somebody worthy of redemption.
Hello, younglings. You may have heard the chaos downstairs, but I'm here to get you to safety. Is she in your class? Whoa there, young one. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. What have I done? I'm sorry, I just saw her coming and I didn't.
Padme, I have seen a security hologram. I saw Anakin acting only in self-defense. He's still completely worthy of redemption.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes! Yes, you fixed the biggest problem in the movie.
You fixed the biggest problem.
We've established that attacking first is just the rule to make it okay to kill you. So in this case, if it works for Han, why doesn't it work for Anakin, right?
Now, you did add another problem, though, which is the gruesome demise of one of these children.
We saw Yoda decapitate a couple clone troopers. All the clone troopers are children.
They're like a couple years old.
Yeah, that's true.
Could we make the blood green?
That's a good note. We could probably hit that again in 20 years.
I think that you've got a clean majority on
Majority. Yeah. It goes in the movie. Thank you, George. Thank you very much, George. Now look, as we all know, every little detail that fills the frames of these Star Wars movies is accounted for and has a backstory, except for one thing, one word.
McClunky.
McClunky. To this day, and this is true, this word has not been explained.
I mean, we know what it means. We know what it means.
Today, I am offering an additional scene, and we reveal truly what McClunky means.
They're ready for it.
They're ready for it.
They're ready for it.
I think they're ready.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on, boy. Whoa.
Oh, dude, you should not be playing with that. That's dangerous.
Look at these.
Whoa. Nerf herder. Wait, no. Glove shit. Glove shit.
McClunky.
Sorry about the mess.
He deserved it.
It's so good. Yes. It makes sense. It rhymes. It rhymes.
We've been sitting on that since 1977.
It just feels good to get that off your chest, you know?
Wait, but is the dodge in this one?
I removed it.
You don't need it anymore, because if you think about it, Greedo shot first 20 years before.
That's right. Greedo shot first 20 years before.
This is absolutely the best version, and I think once and for all, this settles the scene. We don't have to return to the scene ever again.
The score's been settled.
So I think this is probably the most important change that we viewed today, because we've been coming at this thing for 40 years now. But I think what you've done here today, George, is you've brought a sense of absolute symmetry to these films. And I, for one, think you deserve a majority.
Hands up.
I'll put up 2.
Majority.
Old George roller coaster.
We did it.